Hi, welcome to my channel Salesforce Consultant, in which I look at diarising some of my day-to-day tasks on the Salesforce platform for the clients that I manage. And today the subject came up of data backup. So I thought it was important really to have a look at this pertaining to your Salesforce org. And there is no automatic backup in Salesforce. So unless you've got an external system, such as, GearSet, or you're using something to do with data loader or whatever to take data out, you'll have to kind of manually start to set up a data backup. And I think it's something that's really worthwhile doing. I often run a backup before I make a change, maybe to an important field in the system, or maybe I'm changing the page layout, etc. I always think it's quite good practice to do that. So I'll show you how to do it. It's really quite simple. We need to go into the setup in Salesforce. When you're in the setup screen, just go into the quick find and search export. And oh, typo there. So export, there you go. So I've got data export. Just click on that, and it then says, okay, here's your data export screen, the next scheduled one, and I haven't got one scheduled, and lo and behold, every single client I ever log into hasn't got one scheduled unless I've set it up for a schedule. And I say this is really simple to do, it's free of charge, you really should do it. So I'm going to click on export now, and it's defaulted to include all data. There's a couple of other fields you can click on. So if you upload a lot of imagery and documents and so on, that doesn't come down by default because it can be such a huge file. I'm not going to worry too much about that in this particular org, and I'm just going to click on start export, and then that goes off and starts prepping the export. Now, depending on the size of the data and the busyness of the servers, you can get that email back to you sometimes within 10 minutes and sometimes within one that I've set up earlier on today, 9 a.m. and it's nearly 5 o'clock and I still haven't got it back. It may take a few hours, even up to 24 hours before the link comes back. When the link does come back, you'll get an email giving you a link to the actual files. I'm going to just go across and check my email now, see if it's there as yet. So the email's just come through. Export of your organization data has been completed. Please click on the link. Let's click on that link there. And now you can see I've got a link to a download for a zip file. I could just click on that. So I'm going to download that to my downloads. And of course, you can either save that to SharePoint server or some secure area within your system. And now you've got a data backup. We'll pop over and have a quick look at that in a moment. So I've opened up the zip file. You can see we've got a bunch of separate files for each object here, ranging from account all the way down to all the data that actually is in that particular org. So at any time I can kind of dive in because everything's broken up into its component parts. So, if, for instance, there was a query with a particular field and opportunities, I have to go and find the opportunity CSV file and then dive into that to look at how the data was presented. So it's not kind of a perfect backup where you can kind of just reload it back in. It comes out in separate tables as such, but at least it is a good, strong, robust way of you looking back on data, just in case anything important's ever been overwritten. So you can always data load data back in if you need to. I'm actually now going to set up a schedule for this one because probably need to get this one done on a monthly basis. So I'm going to say, let's run that same one on the first day of every month. We'll start, first there's no point starting today as such, but we'll start that on the first day of the month. And preferred start time, let's do that in the morning, 6 a.m. and save. So that's going to schedule that now. You do have to remember that does not do the automatic backup. It doesn't save it. What it will do is it will go and create the link like I showed you before you'll get an email on the time when the link was created for you to go and download it. If you ignore the link, it does expire. I think you get 72 hours or something like that. So don't rest on your laurels thinking, I set up the schedule, it's fine, we'll all have a backup. You still have to click on that link and download that backup. That's it for today. That's how to do your data backups. I highly recommend that you set up a schedule in your system, even if it's just kind of once a month like I've just done now. If you've got any questions about data backups or finding more eloquent ways to solve that problem, then please feel free to contact me. You can drop a comment down below. Like my video if you can, please, or please subscribe. That would be great. I've got my contact details down below that I think you can find on this video. If not, email me robert@azonprojects.com. In between time, enjoy Salesforce.